What's up, guys? It's Oliver, coming back at you with another video. I know it's been a long time since I put something out, and I'm really sorry about that. I've been going through probably the shittiest time of my life. Maybe not of my life, but I've been going through a very rough time, and it's been very hard for me to really do anything. I've barely been out of the house. I've had a lot of letdowns from people who I was very close to, and it's kind of put me in a really bad place. So that is why I haven't been around, but thank you so much to everybody who has been waiting for video, who waits for notifications from my channel and from my Instagram, my social medias in general. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It means so much to know that there are people out there who really care a lot about me and about my well-being and how I'm doing. It just means a lot. So thank you so much to everyone who's either reached out or is currently just waiting for a notification from me. Thank you. So I thought, because of how rough things have been, I know, maybe that's lighting's better. I know that there are a lot of people out there who have really, really rough lives and go through a tough time pretty much every single day. And I thought maybe it would be a good idea for me to kind of share both some of my hobbies and my coping mechanisms for when I am going through a really bad time. And I can't say that every single one of them is extremely healthy and is like a good idea for everyone to do all the time, but I thought maybe I would share some of the things that I do, just so that if somebody else is going through a really hard time and they've run out of options of things that they normally would do, maybe I have something that they haven't tried yet, and I hope something I do can help somebody else. But this is going to be a series of coping mechanisms, hobbies, and just in general talking about life problems, because I know that a lot of people probably have some of the same issues that I do and struggle with some of the same things that I struggle with. So maybe it would be good for me to share some of the things that are going on in my life, and other people can benefit from it somehow, or if I can share some sort of wisdom, then maybe I can help other people with what they're going through as well. So those are my intentions with this first video, and with other videos that I hope to get filmed and put up as time goes on. I do also plan on continuing with my mineral mining, as I haven't quite finished the process with my grinding and polishing and all of that kind of stuff. So that might be the next thing that I film. I just can't currently film it because we have some company coming, and it would, in my mind, I feel like it would just be disrespectful to start something that can be very loud and annoying when we're supposed to have people coming over. So that is in the works eventually, just not right away. So please bear with me. I will finish that off. It will be finished. It will be a thing. So, I have a puzzle right here in front of me. It's not like a puzzle, it's a word puzzle. It's called a fill-in. So, this is one of the things that I do. I do lots of different kinds of puzzles, but I thought I would start with the fill-ins because I had it sitting right in front of me from doing the entire book. Like, I broke this book, and I ripped all of the pages out because I finished the whole thing. So, yeah. There were 103 puzzles. This is the very last puzzle on the very back page, and I saved it just for this purpose. So for anyone who doesn't really understand what a fill-in is, it's kind of, I want to say it's like a crossword. It's sort of a crossword, just you don't have any hints. You have all of the words right here in list, and it tells you how many letters there are. I can't read it through my camera, so I'll read it like this. So here you have your 3-letter words, 4 letters, 5, 6, 8, and 9 for this specific puzzle. Sometimes it only goes up to 7, sometimes it goes all the way up to like 13. It depends on the puzzle. So, you technically do get, like, a starting thing, like a topic, I guess, so it says with brush and chisel, but I find that a lot of these words don't even make sense to me, anyways, with the topic of the puzzle, so I just don't really pay attention to that. And essentially, I'll cross that one out. So they give you a starting word. So that's our starting word right there, and I just crossed it out right there. And that way I don't think that it's still in play, I guess, and try to use it. So basically the way that I do it is hangnail, and I'm gonna rip it off of my finger in just a second. I'm so sorry. Okay. That's better. Okay. So basically off of this starting word, I start by counting the spaces that are available, and then I just cross-reference with whatever number it is and see if I can find something that fits. So for instance, on the E at the very end of that word, there's an E, so if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 letters down. And there are only 2 words that fit within the 9-letter category, and there's only one that has an E in the second space. So now I know that that's what it is, so I can fill it in. REMBRANDT. And there we go. Now we have another word filled in. And you basically continue doing that until you have the entire puzzle really filled in. So if I can see that there is a B here and it's 6 spaces over, there's only one word that's 6 letters and starts with a B, so BENTON. Cross it out, and I filled in another word. So yeah, that's basically how that works. So I'm now gonna stop explaining this. That was just kind of, I guess, the portion of here's how you do, and here's the thing that, yep, word. Okay. I'm done explaining this, because that was just me explaining how this puzzle works and how to do it, so if anyone wants to try this specific kind of a puzzle, they can. They know what it's called, they know kind of what the heck they're doing. Yeah. So, now is, I guess, the time to start talking about what's been going on. There are a couple things, really, that have been going on, and, it's been a lot. People probably remember that I had a video up with Caitlin, and I gave her her birthday present, and there was this whole big thing. Yeah, not too long after that, we broke up. So, yeah. Technically, I broke up with her, but she had begged me to break up with her, so that was kind of a thing. Yeah. I don't really know what happened. She started getting really distant and stopped, like, answering my texts and stuff like that. Grew really far away from me. And yes, there were some issues that I will not disclose because they are personal issues, and I'm not gonna go around sharing all of her personal problems on the internet because I don't have her permission, and I don't feel like it's my place to really say anything. But there were some issues that happened with her, and I can understand that she was in a hard place. The part that I didn't really understand was the fact that she pushed me away. Because in my mind, when really hard things happen and you're going through a hard time, one of the first people you're going to go to is your significant other. In that case, it was me. and I also, I fully take responsibility for the fact that I tried to push myself on her, and I tried to, I wasn't exactly pushing myself on her. I tried very hard to get her to talk to me. I tried very hard to make plans, and I consistently said, hey, if you're not busy, you want to do something? You want to do something? You want to do something? And I'm sure that kind of screwed me over in the end, but long story short, we ended up breaking up. I then went to my grandparents' cottage. They have a cottage up north. I went with my cousin Ashton. As most people know, Ashton Daniel is my cousin. So he and Jack came up to Canada, because geography, not my strong suit. They came up to Canada and stayed here for a night at my house, and then they took me with them up to our grandparents' cottage. We spent a good, it was almost a week. It was like 4 or 5 days. We spent up at our grandparents' cottage, and then they came back this way, dropped me back off at home, stayed the night as well, but then left early in the morning to get back home. So, while we were away, I had an ex of mine contact me, basically doing one of those trend things from, like, TikTok or whatever, doing that, like, when did you fall out of love, based off of the Alessia Cara song. So basically the TikTok thing is that people would, play that sound, and show their text messages with somebody basically going, when did you fall out of love with me? But they went along with the song, but I got it all in one chunk, and it was like, when did you fall out of love with me? And that was just a text from a random number, so I had no idea who it was from. I was very confused. I didn't recognize the number. It wasn't in my contacts, so I just kind of said, like, who is this? Well, what's happening? And they responded pretty quickly to say, you don't want to know. If you know, you're just gonna block me like you always do, so, like, go ahead, block me. I was like, I don't know who you are. I'm not really sure who this is, but, like, please just tell me your name. I will answer your questions the best I can. And it ended up being an ex of mine, Angelina. I don't know if people were around for her or if they remember her, but we dated last summer, well into this year, and then we broke up because there was just too much happening there with her as well. We were both in a very bad emotional place. We weren't ready for everything that was happening to us at the time, and it was just best if we broke it off. So, I was the one who ended it, and I did hurt her, but she also hurt me with some of the stuff that she did. So, a lot of people were really wary about me talking to her again. So I did explain what happened in my mind, towards the end of our relationship, before we completely broke it off. And, we did get back to talking, and the more we talked, the more we were like, hey, we missed this. We missed talking to each other. Let's try again. So we decided to try again. And things were going pretty well, I thought. And then a couple days ago, like literally a couple days ago, she just, like, stopped answering me. I had no idea why. She just wasn't answering me. Like, she was active on the apps that I was messaging her on and stuff, and she just wasn't answering. So I was like, hey, what the heck? Like, what's going on here? I don't really understand, like, why you're not answering me. Yeah. So, she didn't answer me for a whole day. Like, a whole day. So then the next day I tried to leave it alone. I still didn't get any responses. She hadn't looked at my messages. So I tried messaging again. And she blocked me. She blocked me on every single platform we had been talking on and more. So I had no contact with her. She had shared with me that, sorry, I'm gonna work on this puzzle because I'm kind of getting emotional. She had shared with me that her old phone number had been given to one of her friends, and that's why we were messaging on other platforms, because I couldn't text her anymore. So when I messaged that number, I was like, hey, is this so-and-so, the friend? And they answered, and they were like, who the heck is this? Like, Oliver? What do you want? So I was like, yeah, it is Oliver. I was just looking for some answers. Like, is there a way that I could get in touch with Angelina? And they were like, well, dude, there's a reason why she's not talking to you. And you're kind of stupid if you can't figure it out. I was like, I'm sorry. I just, like, I don't know what's going on. I'd really like to hear it from somebody. So I was like, I pretty much said right in a message, I said, like, hey, I don't know if it's something I said or I did, if she found somebody else and just didn't tell me, or if she was trying to get back at me in some way for the way things ended with us before. Like, I have no idea. And they came back and they were like, yeah, it's the second one. She found somebody else. So I was like, wow, great. So she was talking to me and saying all of these things like, I've loved you for an entire year. I still want everything that I wanted with you before. We were making plans for me to go and visit her, everything. She got a cat, a new cat. She had a cat before, but she had to get rid of the cat for personal reasons, but she got a new cat, like a new kitten. And she named the cat Jewel, after my horse that passed away. She technically wasn't my horse, but she was the horse that I bonded with the most at the barn where I ride. It was a very personal name for me, and she used that name. And then she stopped talking to me, blocked me, and went off and dated somebody else. So that's what I've been dealing with recently. Extreme relationship problems and just being overall very pissed at myself for not seeing something like that coming and for even trusting her again. So as much as I want to say, like, hey, that was all my fault for trusting her, at the same time, it's also her fault for doing that to me. Shouldn't have to do that to me. She could have easily, very easily could have reached out to me and just said, hey, I'm scared, I'm uncertain, and I don't think I can do this with you. I would have much preferred that. So for me, I've got to say that giving second chances doesn't always work out. So for anyone who is thinking of giving a second chance to somebody who's hurt them in the past, be very, very cautious. Don't trust too easily, because I do. And it just hurt me more. She's ruined me. Quite honestly, I've contemplated going back to the hospital. I've been hospitalized for mental health and for suicide watch, essentially, twice in my life. Twice over the course of a year in my life. And I very much considered going back. I didn't. I'm okay. I'm working on being okay, but it's taking a lot. It's taking a lot out of me, and that's a good chunk of why I'm not getting videos up and why I haven't been myself and I haven't been posting everywhere. It's mainly because of people who have ruined me. So I haven't really been going out anywhere. I haven't been doing much. I haven't been myself. So, my advice to everyone out there is to please be careful. Be careful with your heart. Be careful with yourself. Take things slow. Take things easy, especially if you have a past with somebody. Don't jump into things just because you remember the way things used to be, because 99% of the time it's not going to be the way things used to be. It's not going to work out like that, and they could very well hurt you more than they've ever hurt you before. Maybe they don't mean to. And I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that people don't mean to hurt you, but in the end, people hurt you, whether they mean to or not. So just please be careful. Have coping strategies, always. Healthy coping strategies, please. I don't want people to be self-harming. I don't want people to go out and drink and smoke, because yes, it's a good distraction for a little while, but everything comes crashing back down afterwards. So have a good support system. That could be me. I'm right here for anyone who needs it. I have my messages open to anyone who needs it. So please shoot me a message if you're having problems and you need somebody to talk to, if you need a support system. I am here. There are always lines that you can call. There's Coast. I don't know if everyone has a Coast, but like a hotline, a suicide watch hotline, basically. Please just have something you can do, somewhere you can go. Be safe. For me, it's sitting around doing puzzles. Other things too, but I will add those into other videos. But just please, for everyone's sake, be safe. Be careful. Take care of yourself, because sometimes that gets hard. If you haven't done this in a while, just please remember, take a shower, have some food, get some water. Do something to take care of yourself, whether that be a face mask, just washing your face in general, having a bath, whatever you count as some you time. Please do something for yourself. Take care of yourself. And everybody needs to just stay safe. That's all I really have to say. And I'm actually quite glad that I was able to get that off of my chest, because it's been weighing on me a lot. So thank you to everybody for your patience and your support. It means the absolute world to me. And as I like to say at the end of all of my videos, Ollie Ollie Oxenfree.